I think many of us in this hall today, at some point during our studies, we once said, I hate math. And I don't like math. I'm not a math person. I'm not cut out for math. You know, my son is not good in math. Maybe he inherited it from me. Or sometimes we do hear phrases like, you know, she may be like her mother. These are the many phrases we do hear from students, trying to justify why they did not do their homework. Or sometimes from parents, trying to come to terms with the reasons why their children are not performing. My name is Juma James. I'm a math teacher at Dar es Salaam International Academy, and I've also been providing tuition for over 7 years. I would never liked math, the same as you today, to the students I mean. I believed many years back that I wasn't good in math. I was not a math person. The same concept apply. Sometimes you do hear students say, you know, his family or her family are all math people. They are all engineers. So they are math people. I wasn't that. Math was hard. And to most of you here will agree with me that no matter how hard you keep on working on one problem, you can't solve it. It becomes so hard, so discouraging that you just develop the hate for math. That was me many years back. Over time, I've come to realize that you can be a math person. And have you ever realized that every time you go up one grade, the previous grade math concepts become quite easy for you? Now, wanting to believe that you are not a math person may sometimes affect your self-esteem. You may also be making a contribution to a myth that has affected all of us at one point of our studies. The myth of inborn genetic math ability. Now, despite how hard we try or how well we are taught, some of us may not get past this myth to be as good in math as Terestao. But the catch is we are not obligated to be like him. All we need is extra effort in our work, readiness for mathematical teachings in class, and be confident, believe in yourself that yes, you can also be good in math. As professors, teachers, tutors, time and time again, we do see this pattern repeat itself in our classrooms. New students come into our math classroom with different levels of preparedness. Some of the students have had parents who have instilled in them mathematical concepts since young age, while some of them never had this parental input. For the first few tests, the well-prepared kids get perfect scores, while the unprepared kids, they get the average scores, to say. To the unprepared kids, not knowing that the top scorers were well prepared in advance, believe that genetic ability contributed to the math difference, and then decide that they are not math people. They never put extra effort in the future classes. This leads to a further fall in their grades. And then the hate for math steps in. And hence, the belief that math ability can't change become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Many psychologists across the globe have studied the effect of this belief. They've realized that many students who have been given intense training for a couple of months showed a significant improvement in their mathematical ability despite their initial aptitude. Also, they realized that genetic only accounted for 40% variability in mathematical ability. It simply means that even though genetics can certainly play a role in your mathematical ability, but it is not the sole factor for you to perform well in class. Factors such as access to quality education, exposure to mathematical concepts, and the development of cognitive and problem-solving skills also play a significant role in mathematical ability. Additionally, mathematical ability can be improved through practice and instructions. At some point during our lives, everybody has what we call a turning point. Your turning point may be instigated by teachers, by peers, circumstances beyond your control, even your parents. That too happened to me. At grade 4 level, I was happy knowing that I don't like math. And I was in a band of friends, a group of friends, so we never like math. We do sit at the back of class, make jokes, and every time the teacher gives us homework, we say, you know what, to hell, this teacher is bothering us. That's how it was. But sometimes our friends from home join our schools, and they want to show everyone that they're better than you. You know, we have those kind of kids in our classrooms. And it kind of turns you on. You want to also show them that you are better than them. For the first tests we did, I scored 70%. It's not great now, but it was great then because I showed improvement. This was my turning point to liking math. I remember my math teacher after the period called me into his office and told me, you know, James, for you to excel in other subjects, you have to breathe the fresh air. I never knew what he meant, but I think math is more or less like the vein of all other subjects. It's the heartbeat of physics, chemistry, any subject you think of. Now, over time, as a math teacher now, I believe that effort that you put in math becomes the seed that grows in all other subjects. As a teacher now, I come to realize that we play a significant role in our students in developing their mathematical ability by providing a positive, supportive, and learning environment to stimulate their self-confidence, which is essential to performance in math. As a teacher now, I also believe that by using a variety of instructional strategies, for example, differentiated learning, we can help our students develop their mathematical ability. As a teacher, by providing opportunities for students to engage in mathematical abilities and problem-solving skills, we will help them develop the strength not to be afraid of math, but to love it. teachers, we play a significant role in developing the mindset of students. We can encourage them to have or to develop a growth mindset, to believe that one step can also lead to 1,000,000 miles. Getting top scores is not the aim, but growing towards the top score is what they should be aiming for. There are many ways we teachers can help students develop their mathematical abilities, but more so, celebrating the little progress and success of our students. Every time they show improvement in our subjects, we will be able to develop their confidence in this subject. Of course, education of our children is not only left for teachers, it also encompasses parents. Parents, we play a significant role on our children. Sometimes we view our children as the mirror image of ourselves. Sometimes we want them to be engineers because we are engineers. We want them to be doctors because we are doctors. But encouraging our children to practice mathematical abilities at home in the evening when they come back from school will help them to develop mathematical proficiency. As a parent, I'm a parent, I have a daughter. Don't worry, she doesn't like math too, but I'm working on it. Now, if we realize that our children don't like math, all we could do is, we know very well that sometimes we are not in a position to help them with the math concept they are learning, but look for a tutor. Look for someone to come and help develop or improve their understanding of those concepts. Let us be engaged or involved in our students' learning, specifically mathematical concepts. Get to know their math curriculum in school. What I'm simply saying is, don't miss the little PTCs where school try to organize for parents to come and interact with the students, with the teachers. Get to know the behavior of your child in math class. This will help them to develop and also change your mindset towards your child. More so, as a parent, I know there are some times whereby when your child tells you to help them in math, you use the phrases like, I'm not good in math. Algebra was hard for me. Please, do not talk about your negative experiences when you were in school. That was those days. This is now. Your little child is listening. And when they come to classroom, whenever the teacher say do the homework, they say, you know what, even my mother doesn't like math. My dad say math is hard. They use those words every time they come to classroom. To the active people in this scenario are students. I'm a student because education is a lifelong journey. All of us here are still studying. We are still learning, reading new concepts and materials. We are students too. As a student now, I believe that we can take this opportunity to break the myth of inborn genetic ability by not taking active approach. Practice math skills, both at home and outside home. In classroom, outside classroom. Practice math skill. I know to some of you, to some of the students as I speak, it's like James just wants us to do math every day. I do believe there are also other subjects. Ask for help anytime you are not understanding any concept. Go to your teacher. But how do you go to your teacher? When you come to a teacher with a math problem, without you trying to solve it, the teacher find it hard to explain the concept to you. Show interest by at least trying to practice the concept. Use variety of resources whenever you study. We have numerous resources. There's YouTube. We also have things like Khan Academy, CK12, that quiz. There are so many. With the age of technology, you can learn anything. The reason why you are using variety of resources, it's because every one of us learn differently. Use visualization and real-life examples anytime you are solving mathematical problems. This will reinforce and answer the question that most of the students in class, math class, keep on asking. Where am I going to use algebra? I don't need this. I want to be a businessman, just like my dad. Algebra is all around us. Have a growth mindset. Believe that you can conquer the fear you have in math. But more so, just like everything we do in our life, show interest. When you were young, I believe to 90% of us here, we were afraid of our shadows. But over time, with the help of your mom or your dad, they helped you to conquer the fear you had. Some of us, and some of the students I mean, hate math. They have that fear, the anxiety. Sometimes it becomes chronic, to the extent that every time you announce you will have a test tomorrow, some of them don't just wake up. You get an email from a parent, my daughter is sick today, please can you? By taking an active approach to your own learning and development, you can build mathematical proficiency and overcome the negative attitude you may have towards math. It's important to all of us as students to understand that mathematical ability is not fixed, but can be improved through effort and practice. Thank you.